Hello friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I'm here with you. Oh my goodness, already a mess up. We are like 4 seconds in. I am here this week for the week of August 14th through 20th. We are making our way through August. And I am very excited about it. And I am using the kit that is called Not All Flowers Bloom at the Same Time. That's the kit title, and it is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. And I thought it was just perfect with the gingham and the rose and everything. It sort of just reminded me of a tea party. And I thought that was great for just sort of unassuming week in August in my life. Sweet Tea Sticker Co., if you are watching this, is one of my favorite shops. If you are new here, hello. Hi. She is a Canadian shop and she is on Etsy, and it is, as I said, one of my favorite shops of all times. So I was so for the most part it was a fairly uneventful week. Monday through Wednesday, as always, is a little bit more turbo busy for me. But the last couple of weeks I have gone in a scatter pattern. Actually, you guys should all check out the last one that I did with Paisley Prince Co. It was like the cutest little bumblebee spread. It is also a scatter, so I decided this week I would go straight across. I debated whether or not I was going to use 3 headers, and I just ended up on 2. I just had too much to mark the first half of the week to take up that extra header space. So I laid everything down, as I said, in a straight across pattern, and my sidebar is as per usual, and my headers are bumped up as are my date covers, so that is uneventful. What I really wanted to discuss was what happened on Friday. So this week I decided that I needed to go into Toronto to see my dad. He has been quite sick for the last little while, but he was making a recovery, and I hadn't seen him in a little while. And I said, you know what? I think I had seen him, I guess. I had just seen him last week. But I said, you know what? It's perfect. I will go to Toronto. I will take my kid on the train. Not a problem. We'll bring the stroller on. There's the accessibility coach. A-okay. So we started that. So I got on the train, and the train conductor, and there were 3 ladies with strollers, and there was nobody else in the accessibility coach except for the ladies with strollers. All of our kids were quiet, and he goes by and he goes, oh, I guess the rules changed recently. I guess the rules changed recently. So I guess this is an everybody coach now, not just people who need it. If you want to be here and somebody with a wheelchair wants to get on, I can't ask you to get off anymore. Which is weird because no one with a wheelchair or with somebody who needed accessibility had gotten on the train at any point. And when they did, there were seats available. But had he asked, one of us would have gotten off. It was very, very aggressive right off the bat. But then he started making comments like that over the loudspeaker. This coach is for everybody. We're not allowed to ask anybody to get off anymore. Like, he just kept going. And it is an hour train ride. And I swear to God, for 50 minutes of that train ride, he was loudly talking to people who got on the coach. He was over the loudspeaker, very rude about it. I was like, I'm a millennial. I'm born in the 80s. I was prepared to go full Karen. I did. Honest to goodness, I didn't say anything to him because that would have just been ridiculous. But then I emailed the transit system and I was like, hey, look, this was a very uncomfortable experience. And it's not like it was a one-time thing. It was every single stop we got on. He was so rude about it, said things over the loudspeaker, made snarky comments about the people with strollers and to our faces, but then over the loudspeaker. It was just a bizarre situation. I have never been in a situation like that before. So, and I will get into the day by day shortly. I just want to finish the story because it was insane. So then I get on the TTC, which is the Toronto Transit Commission, to get up to my dad's place. And there was just a dude with a knife, a quite long, probably, I would say maybe 7 or 8 inch kitchen knife, like a bread knife, I suppose. It had a serrated edge, and he was just walking up and down the TTC, and thankfully it was like my stop next, so I got off and it wasn't a problem, but like no one was making eye contact, and like it was like a nobody was making eye contact because like what if we make eye contact kind of deal, like what's gonna happen. I called the transit commission and they were like, nothing's gonna happen, like we'll deal with it, but like it won't even make the news. This is so common occurrence. So Toronto, are you all right, babes? Like what's going on? Anyway, we'll get into the day by day. On Monday, I used an emoji, and all the daycare drop-offs are marked with emojis this week. Then we did groceries, so I added that from the kit, and then I had an insane migraine, and we'll come to that later. Then I filmed, edited, and uploaded a plan with me, and I used another Sweet Tea Sticker Co. Olivia to mark that I harvested strawberries and tomatoes, another Olivia to mark that my mom came over for a visit that night, and she took the kiddos and myself to the park, and I marked that with a fox and fox and Pip icon rather. Then after she left, I had snuggles with my big kid while my husband took my little guy over to swim lessons. The swim is marked with a prairie planner, swimming pool, and then I marked watching the Great British Baking Show with a TV icon from the kit, and then a custom script from Magical Sticker Co. I struggled so much with my, what's it called? Extenders on this day, and on Wednesday I don't even want to talk about it. On Tuesday, I used the Dash of Sun Designs YouTube icon to note that I had my plan with me go live, and then I just did some laundry, and then I headed off to hot yoga with a friend. That was lovely, and then when I got back, my kiddo just needed some fresh air, so I took him for a little walk, just 1.5 kilometers. That afternoon, I met my neighbor, and her name was Wilma, and she has like the most magical, dreamiest garden in the history of the world. Truly, it was amazing. Like, it was absolutely amazing. So, she gave me squash from her garden too. So I love that. And then after that, I baked some cookies. So I used an emoji for that. And another emoji. My kiddo had a really big tantrum this night. He was super dysregulated. So that evening, to regulate myself after he went to bed, I just turned on some podcasts that were calm, and I just listened to podcasts all evening and sat outside. Then that night I had insomnia. So going into Wednesday, I had insomnia. So I was awake from 1 to 3 a.m. Neither of my kids were, a shocker. And I had an insane headache, and my arm was tingling, and I was sure I was dying. I woke up my husband. But it turns out after some Googling, which I rarely do because I am like a fatalist, it can come with migraines. They can get so intense that is a side effect. It's wild how little we know about the human body. That morning I had a long text conversation with Rachel, OG Rachel, shout out to Rachel. And then I took my kiddo for a just under 8-kilometer walk, just because I needed to get into the house. And then some Amazon that I had ordered earlier, like books for my husband, and my kiddo's Halloween costume arrived. My husband and I got some nice alone time to like recover after that night. Then I did some work in the garden, and after gardening work, I used a Teddy Plans Co. custom to note that we had family time just outside in the backyard. It was really nice. And then that night, obviously, because I had been up and had a really rough night, I went to bed super duper early, and I marked that with another Coffee Monsters Co. emoji. So Monday through Wednesday, busy, but mundane, kind of like the day-to-day. Moving on to Thursday, again, Coffee Monsters Co. emoji for daycare drop-off. Valerie's Paperie is the script I used for Tim Hortons, as well as a sticker from the kit. Then I took my kiddo on our usual 5-kilometer walk home. That was really nice. And then that afternoon, or that day rather, it's Serene Home Planning now. She has these Keep Donate Toss boxes, which I am a super big fan of. So I organized and I put into storage some of my big kid's clothes because he went through a little bit of a growth spurt. Not as much as he has now. And then that I took some time on Thursday to water the herbs, and the watering can that I used is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. I would say 90% of my gardening stuff from her. It's the best. Then that afternoon I read to my little one, and I mark reading only if we do it for like a long time. I read to them every single day. And then that night I filmed my day by day for my plan with me. And then my big kid, I have a custom Fox and Pip icon. And it was his last soccer practice, which thank the goodness, because every single time in these plan with me's, anyway, he really doesn't like soccer all that much. On Friday was the fateful day of the trip to Toronto, so I started my day off with dropping off my kid at daycare. Then I used a paper and milk "This is fine" with flames to note the worst train ride ever. Then I used the paper and milk Maru in a pickle to note the dude on the TTC with the knife. They were perfect. They were perfect stickers for that. That afternoon, I did have a visit with my dad, and then the train ride home was absolutely lovely. I had a wonderful time then, but that evening, I guess because of the events on the train and then because of the events on the TTC, I had pretty significant anxiety, and I marked that with a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji. Then that the next day on Saturday, just can't speak. We had the finals and like mini fest for soccer. So I just used another one of the soccer guys. And I used a fox and cactus icon to note it was a calm morning in my household, which was a rarity. Then I had to pick up my engagement ring from, what's it called? Like the jeweler, because it was getting rhodium dipped again. I usually do that about once per year. And then as a little treat, the whole family went to Indigo, which was really nice. And I used just the money from the kit to mark that. Then we had outdoor play in the afternoon. We pulled out the kiddie pool. So I just used another one of the Prairie Planner pool stickers to note outdoor play. I finished filming a plan with me, and then I read that evening, which was really, really nice. And I used for those two things Coffee Monster Co. icons. Look, I'm catching up, guys. See, I told you I would. Then Sunday was very calm. In the morning, I had a nice long call with Sarah, my friend. It was really lovely, but it was a long call. And then I changed both of the boys' sheets, which was also necessary. And then that, like, I don't even know what else we did that day. It was just a calm day. And then after the kids went to bed, I ordered froyo from Menchie's, and then finally I used a Fox and Pip icon, just the gigantic one, to note that I did a massive pile of laundry. I don't know how two little kids make so much laundry, but I have so much laundry that I am doing so often. Anyway, that was my entire week. I really do love how this turned out. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can always give it a thumbs up below. That's fantastic. I can't wait to see you in the next one, and I hope you're all staying safe and well. Toodles!